Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. You can learn more about me at voicelessonssf.com or voicelessonsinlondon.co.uk. I want to begin by just saying a very heartfelt thank you for all the listeners and watchers. It really means a lot to me. I also want to say thanks for all the comments and all the people writing in with questions. These videos that I'm producing right now are on delineation, which is also a way of saying ornamentation or runs, licks, riffs. They're all synonymous for those high passages that we often hear in contemporary music. And this video has a little bit of theory and a lot of practice on how to better execute those in our performances. So, a little theory about singing highly ornamented passages, trills, fast scales, etc. First and foremost is airflow. The airflow must not only be maintained through the course of the trill, but in fact increased and sung beyond the point that the trill has ended. So we're singing, you can think of it as singing past those trills or those ornaments. Additionally, vowels. They must be in alignment if we're changing. Even if we're not changing vowels in the course of the ornaments, those vowels, in order for us to successfully execute them, must be sufficiently narrow that when we change pitches, we retain that narrowness, that integrity of the vowel sound. Finally, when you're preparing your piece of music, it's important to look ahead so that we know where is your last breath before the ornament going to be. How are you approaching the ornament? Is it being approached from above? You're singing down to the ornamentation and then away from it? Or are you singing up to the ornament and then beyond it? All of those things are important in how we execute those passages. So the exercises that we're going to do today will help us to learn how to sing ornaments and how to have that kind of agility in our voices. But ultimately, you're going to have to assess the piece of music that you're working with and prepare that on an individual basis. As you practice with these exercises, I want you to find the range of keys that works best for your voice. So there are 4 of them: soprano, alto, tenor, and baritone. And we want to keep this in a comfortable range while we practice these skills. Now, when you're practicing, you may find that you get a certain point through the video and you'll need to switch over to the lip trill. I'd encourage you to practice the whole thing with the lip trill, for starters, just to get a handle on the exercises and also to really focus purely on how you're using air to move through the vocal lines. As always, if it gets too high or too low, just stop for a second, wait for the next exercise, or maybe if it's consistently too high or consistently too low, check one of the other versions of the exercises. Things to listen for in your practice. You're going to hear this pattern frequently. And you'll start off by singing an E vowel on that trill on the top, and then you'll switch vowels and do a bunch of different stuff that I've got planned. The things to listen for are how your voice maintains its integrity. You want it to sound seamless. If you hear bumps, either on the top note or the bottom, so here's the top, or the bottom, those can be good indicators of inconsistencies in either airflow or your concept for how to sing the phrase. It needs a bit of assessment on your part, since I'm not there, and then you can move forward. The lip trill or a hissing sound can be a great way to assess that. These exercises are for tenor vocalists. If you find that they are consistently too high or too low, try one of the other versions. The exercises are the same. Alternately, if you find that you need some extra high range work, you could always go to the next vocal range up, unless you're a soprano, of course. And then that way you could get some work in the passaggio. But these are meant to be below the passaggio. If it's too high or too low, just stop. Consistently too high or too low, check out one of the other ones. I would encourage you to go through the whole thing with a lip trill, or hiss, to get some practice if the patterns are unfamiliar to you. Tenors, we're going to start in the key of D, going up to F, keeping it a fairly narrow range. This is a very progressive video. It's going to start at a fairly slow tempo. It's going to get reasonably fast. The scale patterns will evolve, as will our usage of different vowel sounds. We are going to begin with the exercise I used as a demonstration, just on an E vowel here. And I'm going to enlist a very good old friend of mine, Dr. Beat, Mr. DB66. I have had him since I was 13 years old. And he is still ticking away as a metronome, just to keep me super honest on my tempos. Shouldn't really hear him too frequently, you mostly hear the piano. So, E, ready, and... Now, we're going to keep the same pattern, move the tempo up to 65 beats a minute, and we're going to switch vowels on the top. It's going to sound like this. Right in the middle of the trill. 65 beats a minute, singing 16th notes. 2, ready, and... Now we're going to go to 70 beats a minute. We're also going to add a short 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, do, re, mi, re, do scale at the beginning of this and add another vowel. It sounds like this. One more time. We're going to start here. Ready? 2, 3, and... Now we're going to go to 75 beats a minute. We're going to incorporate all of our English language vowels now, and we're going to add a 5-note scale into the middle between that 3-note scale and the note scale with the trill. And we're going to sing... One more time. And we'll begin here. 2, ready, and... going to stay at the same tempo for a moment, and we're going to keep the same pattern, but we're going to reverse the order of vowels. So we've gone from E to U, now we're going to go from U to E. Sounds like this. One, two, ready, and... Now it's up to you. I'm going to increase the tempo. You can do the vowel sounds in either direction, whichever you wish. You might also eliminate certain vowel sounds if you want. That would suit your practice purposes. We're going to go to 80 beats a minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... And finally, 85. 1, 2, ready, and... And there you go. Obviously, you can keep on going with tempos as much as you please in your own practice, and especially in consideration of whatever the requirements of your song need. My name's Jeff Roca. I want to thank you again for watching, for writing in. This particular series of videos on delineation were done because of a question and a comment, and I think we can all benefit from it. So thanks again. Take care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.